Welcome to the fifth video of chapter 1. Today I'm going to introduce about surd. So surd, when you have this kind of term, you can call a term as a surd when the term satisfies three conditions. So what are those? The first one is when n index here is a natural number which is greater than 1. For example, if you have square root or fourth root, as long as your n is greater than 1. So that is the first condition. Condition number 2, the radicand. What is radicand? Radicand is b, the number inside the root, okay, must be a positive rational number. Positive rational number. So for example, if you have a square root of 3, fourth root of 5, so if you can see, the radicand inside the root is a positive rational number. So the last condition that you must be satisfied is the result of the surd must give you an irrational number. Okay, so if I give you an example, if you have a square root of 4, I'm sorry if I write down here because I have a limited space here. So if you have a square root of 4, so we want to check whether square root of 4 is a surd or not. So we have to check whether square root of 4 satisfies the three conditions. So let us check the first condition. Okay, the first condition, n must be greater than 1. So n is 2, which is greater than 1. So it satisfies the first condition. What about the second condition? The radicand must be positive rational number. So the radicand is 4, so 4 is a positive rational number. So it is satisfies the second condition. What about the third one? The third one, the result must give you an irrational number. So if you press your calculator, square root of 4 will give you 2. So 2 is not an irrational number. 2 is a rational number. So it doesn't satisfy the third condition. Hence, square root of 4 is not a surd. Okay, so that is the introduction of surds. So let us move on properties of surds. Let us take a look on the rules of surds. Okay, the first one is when you have a surd where the index inside the root is equal to the index outside the root, so it can cancel each other, so the answer is equal to radicand. So to make it clear, we go straight to the example. Actually, cubic root can be written as 5 to the power of 3 bracket power 1 over 3. So recall to the previous rule of indices that we learned in the previous video. So the power inside the bracket we can times to the power outside the bracket. So 3 times 1 over 3 is equal to 1. So the answer is just equal to 5 power 1, which is also equal to 5. Okay, but the rule must be index inside the root is equal index outside the root. Okay, the second one, when you have a different radicand, a different number of radicand, but the same number of index, you can combine the radicand together. For example, this one, fifth root times fifth root of 2 times fifth root of 4. So you can actually combine together. So it will be 2 times 4 fifth root. So 2 times 4 is equal to 8. So the answer is fifth root of 8. Okay, so you can combine the radicand to each other. So for number 3, for number 2, you're dealing with multiplication. For number 3, you are dealing with division. The same thing. When you have a division, you can also separate it. So look at A and B, they have the same root. So you can also separate the radicand. So for example, this one, you can also rewrite them as x cube root over y cube root. Alright, so the next one, square root of a times square root of a will equal to a. The square root will cancel each other. So for the example, square root of 3 times square root of 3 will give you only 3. Let us move on the 5th rules of surd that we have here. So the statement here state that surd A plus surd B squared is equal to A plus B plus 2 surd AB. So I'm going to prove it to you why this expression is equal to this expression. So let us recall to the knowledge that we have from our high school. So surd A plus surd B squared is actually can be written as surd A plus surd B times surd A plus surd B. Alright, so you have to expand this bracket. So surd A times surd A, recall the 4 rules just now, will give you A. Surd A times surd B will give you surd AB plus surd B times surd A will give you another surd AB plus surd B times surd B will give you B. So if you simplify this expression, you will get A plus B plus surd AB plus surd AB will give you 2 surd AB. Look at this statement, is equal to this expression, right? So if you memorize and understand this rule, you can simply straight away to this expression instead of you expanding the bracket. So for example, this one, you have surd 3 plus surd 4 bracket square. So let us just straight away go to this answer without expanding the bracket. So it shows that you will get A plus B. So you should get 3 plus 4 plus 2 surd A times B. A times B, 3 times 4 is equal to 12. So 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So the answer is 7 plus 2 surd 12. Right? So instead of you expanding the bracket and multiply each term, it takes much time and effort, right? But if you remember and memorize and understand this rule, you can simply go straight to the answer. Alright, next one. Next one, if you have root inside the root, you can simply multiply the index. For example, here you have m root, and inside the m root you have n root. So actually you can simply times m times n. So let's go straight to the example. You have fourth root. Inside the fourth root you have a square root of 3. So 4 times 2 is 8. So actually the answer is 8th root of 3. The next rule of surd that we have here, if you notice here, we have the same term, that is surd B and surd B. So in order, the easiest way to solve this, you can simply factorize surd B outside. So let's go straight to the example. You have 4 surd 5 plus 3 surd 5. So the same term here is surd 5 and surd 5. To make it easier, factorize surd 5, put it outside. And what's left in the bracket is 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3 will give you 7, and you can simply copy surd 5. So this is the answer. The last rules of surd that we have here, surd A plus surd B times surd A minus surd B. So the only difference here is the sign positive and negative. If you notice that, we have for rules number 5, okay, we have surd A plus surd B times surd A plus surd B. The sign both positive. But now for rules number 8, you have sign positive times with negative sign. Alright, so by using this rule, the answer is A minus B. So I'm going to show you how the calculation in order to get A minus B. So actually you need to multiply each term. So surd A plus surd B multiply with surd A minus surd B. So multiply each term, surd A times surd A will give you A. Surd A multiply with negative surd B will give you negative surd AB. Surd B times surd A will give you positive surd AB. And the last one, surd B multiply with negative surd B will give you negative B. Alright, so negative surd AB plus surd AB will cancel each other. So what's left is A minus B. See, I already show you the calculation. They are the same. So if you remember and if you understand the rules, you can simply jump to the answer without doing the long calculation. So I believe you already know the concept from your high school. So it is actually, you can apply this concept to the surd. Okay, so A plus B times A minus B is actually A squared minus B squared. Okay. Alright, so I would like to remark here, A plus B surd is not equal to surd A plus surd B. You cannot separate them. Okay. The only thing you can separate is with involve multiplication or division operation, not for plus or minus. So my advice is, if you are able to understand and memorize all the rules, it is actually very helpful for you to solve maths problem in the future. So I think that's all for our lesson today. Thank you.